And we're back for another. Hey, we're getting the pause. Monday at Parx today, beginning of the last big week of racing, the Breeders' Cup week. That should be a lot of fun. We'll have a international horse racing preview on Wednesday with 22-1 Tom and myself. Tomorrow we'll do Parx. Wednesday, I think we're doing Churchill. Thursday we'll probably do Del Mar. Terry, to make sure you don't miss any of that, what's the soundest thing you can do?
Well, of course, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a go ahead and hit that bell so that you're notified about all the great programs coming up this week. And then go ahead and copy the link below on the YouTube channel and share it with everybody you know. And go to our social sites such as TikTok, Instagram, Blue Skies, X, Facebook at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. Keep these comments coming like Private Ross 99 and Don Johnson's doing. So that'd be great.
Yes, indeed. And of course, people like when free things keep coming. So we got some free stuff for you today, some free picks over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description on YouTube at Horse Racing Radar TV. Today's free track of the day is Mahoning Valley in Ohio. Make sure you go over and check that out. Of course, when the show is over, as always, at horseracingtoday.net, you can get a bunch of things there. Get yourself set, ready with the wagering guide and smart sheets for the Breeders' Cup. Also, our picks, as well as our commentary and our Benny and the Bet suggestions will be right here on the homepage. You'll click on that to get all that. And, of course, right there on that HRT gear, come on over here, get yourself a 4 hat, a 13 hat, a 13 shirt, a 1 hat, whatever it is that you like. That helps support the show in that regard. And, of course, our smart sheets are available with the link in the description on YouTube, as well as how to use them in YouTube as well. All right, Terry. That means next up for you and me is to do some horse racing work, starting off in race number 1 as we kick off the new week, 1 mile, 70 yards, where speed does pretty well. The rail for Get Like Mike could be the best place to be. 2 and 3 play fair, everything else out, maybe a little bit of a discount. So we're looking for some speed in the opener, Terry, and it looks like there's a standout, Buffalo Girl on the outside.
That's right. That's that 8 horse has got 44.1% as far as the data goes.
Yeah, great chance to be on the lead. You see here the 3 and the 8 want the lead. The 1 and 6 co-pilots, the PC types where they can really go anywhere. The 2 and the 7, lots of versatility in those. 4 wants to close. So far the 5. Liberty Runner not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line, Terry. Comfort Zone measures how likely today's race will match their best performances, Terry. Looks like a few of them with a good chance to get a good race today.
Oh, yeah. There's several over that 50% threshold that we like to see, such as 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. So, 8's actually under, but they're going to enjoy this race, be very comfortable.
Yeah, should get a trip that they like, Terry. And if you're looking for jockeys that know how to do a good race around the track, looks like there's one, again, kind of in this league by himself.
Yeah, that 7 has the best jockey, but the 1 has the best trainer, and I think the 1's the best trainer-jockey combination.
A couple of other interesting points of note here. The 7, Prime Motive, prime player from a last race speed number perspective. 4 points clear of the next closest competitor. Again, Andrew Beyer says anytime it's 3 or more, pay close attention to those horses. The horse with the biggest in-race advantage is the 5 horse, Liberty Runner. It does have a little bit more than a 1 length late speed edge. Again, 5 points equals 1 length. So if the 5 horse, anywhere near the rest coming out of that turn, well, speed really did great last week. So sometimes the track flip-flops, though. We'll see. And then the top total pace horse, if you add early speed and late speed together, that's 7. It's about a length and a half better than everybody else, Terry. The 1 is the favorite right now. The 7 has that edge, perhaps, with top total pace. Who's got the edge in your view?
Well, I like the 1, Get Like Mike, finished second as a favorite last time, joins a trainer with a 35% win rate when racing beaten favorites. The Rail Post win a 19% clip and rides with the high percentage winning jockey. Then 7, Prime Motive, finished second versus at the Parx Racing. It has the highest last speed rating. Has a trainer wins 22% of the time in claiming races and an accomplished jockey. Number 2, Rivers Gamble. Throughout the last races, he had a lot of trouble at the start and after being squeezed. And winning the previous start, though, highest speed figure at today's distance. Just be honest, number 4 is my long shot. Finished the money in 2 races out of the last 8 starts. And he won one of those, and he has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 35% of the claiming races he has a horse in. That's it for me. No bets.
The 7 horse, that one is Prime Motive, does have that top last race speed figure. Is our simulation favorite as well as our top total pace. About 8, length and a half better than everybody else. Good chance to win. Number 1, Get Like Mike. Steady performer, decent workouts, getting ready for the first up. Okay, first up record. Number 2, Rivers Gamble. You got to toss out that last race, had some problems. This one will be charging at the end. And then finally, the 8 horse, Artwell. Good chance to be out front versus these here today, Terry. Better in second start after a layoff. Let's have a couple maintenance workouts in between starts. I'm going to do a double, $5 double. 7 with the 2. Ice cold, as our old friend Charles used to say. And we'll move on coldly to race number 2. This one, Terry, is going to be 6 furlongs. Pretty common distance today, 6 furlongs. I think we're going to have 3 races. Does favor early speed, almost 40% win on the lead. There's a pretty strong rail edge for Lex. 2 and 3 are actually better than the rail. 4 and out, they all get a similar discount. So in race number 2, if the smart sheets say there's a 1, a 2, or a 3 with a lot of early speed, you better pay attention. Maybe.
Well, the 2 has a lot of speed, but the 5 shows a little bit more speed according to the data. So it just depends on who gets the best break.
Yeah, and you see a lot of horses want to be middle forward here, Terry. Everybody except the 3 horse, your lone closer. The 3 might like being out there, Terry, all by himself to run down all that pace.
Yeah, that's right. The 3, it feels very comfortable today's race. It's got an 88.14% seed zone figure, which is really higher than anybody but the 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's much higher than everybody. Looks like the 6, though, is much higher than everybody else from the connection standpoint.
Yeah, the 6 best jockey, best trainer, and best jockey trainer combination, in my opinion.
Got a couple pretty big class droppers here. 1 length for Reeling and Dealing, 3.6 lengths for Friday Surprise. That's a pretty big drop in class. Does look like the 2 horse, Terry, is a pretty heavy simulation favorite. Also, a 1.5 length top total pace horse in there. Anybody taking out the 2 in race 2?
Well, I don't think so. I think the 2 is going to win this with the ball. Ran second as a favorite last time. Has a trainer with 33% of the comeback races for beaten favorites, plus a top jockey and a sharp 4 furlong workout on October 16th. And then 6, Truly Warrior, won last race at Parx Racing and is trained by and ridden by high percentage connections. And then Wheeling and Dealing, the 3, ran second in his last race, has a top winning jockey. Then the 1, Lex, has a top winning jockey and trainer and should improve the shorter distance. I'm going to play the very first pick 4, Miami Vice, Don Johnson. I think this is a wide open race. So I'm going to go with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to single the 4 for $50.
I'm going to do the 2 horse to win with a wall. Big time simulation favorite, top total pace of a length and a half. Then the 6 horse, Truly Warrior. That's next on my list. Better pace from start to finish in its last. You see that right here. Better pace numbers. Then the 5 horse, Friday Surprise, taking that major drop in class from the grade 2 Gallant Bob Stakes. Then finally the 3 horse, Reeling and Dealing. This horse really popped last time out. 5 ways better pace, better fractions, dropping a length in class. But I do think this horse is in danger of regression. I'm going to do a 50-cent pick 4, just the 2 and the 6, and then the 2 and the 3, and then the 2, 4, and 6, and I'm going to end it with all on that last leg, and then $10 to win on the 2.
That's really kind of funny because I'm ending it with a single, and you're ending it with an all.
So that means whichever horse is 3 to 5 is going to win, right?
Yeah.
Race number 1 is off and running, and the 1 horse and the 8 horse have endeavored their way to the front. The 6 horse kind of running a little rank. Could be a tough trip for that 7. He's going to have to run 3 wide through the first turn. Always kind of a tough spot to be in and make their way around the turn. And right now you got a handful of horses that are out on the lead. You got the 1, the 8, the 6, the 4, the 7. They're all within shouting distance of each other as the 1 horse continues to pull the load early on. He is in front after running an opening quarter in about, they should put that on the screen any second now. They haven't put it on the screen, so I have no idea how fast they ran. The 1 horse is still on the lead. Then you have the 8 horse. Then down on the rail, the 2. And then way back there, 47 and change. So that 7 horse didn't look like he liked running 3 wide, so he's going to have to find his late legs. He's kind of backing up a little bit as the 1 continues to set the pace. The 8 horse is the one that's trying to make ground up. I don't think he's going to. Could be another week where the horses that get to the front stay to the front at Parx today, Terry, as the 1 horse has the lead. That 7 horse is really done, I think, for the day. The 2 horse right now is moving perhaps the best of all the other horses, though the 8 horse still continues to try to make up ground. The 1 horse is shortening strides, and on the 8 horse is kind of galloping. I don't know that they're going to be able to run that horse down. 2 horse is going to give it every chance that he can to get there, but I don't think he'll get there. Maybe he is. He does get some late legs here at the end. It's going to be tight between the 2 and the 1. The 2 horse does eat him out. It's going to go 2, 1, 8, and then 6. 2, 1, 8, and 6. I should have did my trifecta box in that one.
Yeah, probably should have. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the way it goes. 2, 1, 8, and 6 to get started in race number 1. Don't know. The 7 didn't like that 3 wide trip, man. They usually don't. Let's see. Hello, my friend. Pick 4 winner today. We certainly hope pick 4 winner every day. First 2 races don't agree with the 2. All right, well, anyway, please help the show today. Hit that like button. It's free. Don Johnson with a new handle there, Don. What happened to the old one there? All right, so let's move on to race number 3. So we don't even need to do race number 2 or 3 because our good friend Private Ross says, hey, forget that 2 horse.
Right. He didn't like it in the first race either, I don't think.
No.
He said we're both dead wrong, but the first 2 races don't agree with it too. So,
oh, well, maybe bet 2s all day long then. I don't know. Whatever we all disagree on.
Yeah, that's how horse racing is, you know.
Yeah, everybody kind of, it's crazy. Anyway, this is a 1 mile race. It's 1 trip around the track here at Parx. And you can see that is one where it's a maiden claiming 1,500 for a mile. Usually speed does exceptionally well. I think almost a little more than a third go wire to wire. There's a rail discount, so rest assured might have to work a little harder than some of the rest. That speed figure of 65 is a key component whenever you're looking at horses that are looking to make their first win. So, Terry, as we take a look at the smart sheets, anybody in race number 3 hit par?
Well, you can see there that the 2 and the 5 have both hit par in the past. And then that 4 came within 2 points of hitting the par.
Yeah. So those 2 you really have to particularly pay attention to. Why this race takes shape, Terry, the 5 and 3, they have proven they can stay close to the winner at the finish line. The 1, 2, 4, and 6, they've not been within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line, Terry. So who's got a chance to get to the lead? Are the 3 and 5 going to be out there?
Yeah, well, the 3 does have a really good chance, followed up by the 5. So, yeah, they could both try to go to that front.
Everybody's moving down in class, and it looks like one of them is the class when you look at connections.
That's right. The 6, again, in the second race in a row, has the best jockey, trainer, and combination.
I do think the 5 horse, though, scratched out of this race, if I remember correctly. Just didn't have time to correct that. That means the 3 horse, Terry, has an even bigger total pace edge over everybody else. Who's your winner for the first time today in race number 3?
Well, I like the 6. Drops in class today, well bet in the debut and gets a leading jockey. And then I like the 3, drops in class today and has the best start speed among today's starters. Rest assured, the 1 is my 3rd choice, drops in 2 classes today. And the trainer wins 33% of the races when he does that. Longer distance can help. And then the 4, In the Biz, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, has a trainer that wins 18% of the horse's first time at a route, and has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
Yeah, that 5 horse is confirmed out of this spot. I'm going to go with the 2 horse Solemn Beauty. Does that 2 horse make it to your list, Mr. Private Ross? The reason he makes it to my list, he's the biggest maiden special weight dropper in the field. He is our simulation favorite, and he's also a track dropper coming in from the Naira circuit, if I recall. Number 3, Astrid, could be on the lead, is the top total pace horse of 7 points. Number 6, Ambesia, decently bet in its debut, really didn't do a whole lot in that race. Maybe some second race upside. And then finally, the 1 horse Rest Assured is another track dropper, has some early speed, but tends to really fall hard at the end. We'll see if he can hold on. I'm going to go with the track dropper, maiden special weight dropper, simulation favorite, Solemn Beauty, for $10 to win on the 2 in race number 3. Race number 4 is what we're going to do next. Race 4, 6.5 furlongs. I think it's the only one today at 6.5 furlongs, Terry, which does heavily favor early speed. You see 36% of the time they go wire to wire. Big time rail bonus for Boutwell time. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7 a discount. 8 and out almost comes back to fair. So inside speed is what we're looking for in the smart sheets, Terry. And we don't really find a whole lot of it, but this could be very competitive early start to a race.
Yeah, there's a lot of horses with speed. The 6 shows the most speed, followed up by that 2 horse.
8 was supposed to win the first Mafia. Don't always get their way. Yeah. Only when they're betting basketball games and poker games, apparently.
Yeah, I see that they might tie some NFL players to that, too.
Oh, yeah. Do they all play for the 49ers?
Well, a lot of them, they said.
Play for the 49ers?
Yeah, they said some of them were 49ers, at least the article I was looking at.
Oh, my Lord. Well, interesting. Whenever you have all the sports betting and every single game you watch, brought to you by DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever, all of them are out there, right?
Yeah.
So the 6 horse, Terry, does have Loney potential over here. Everybody else wants to be middle back. If he can get to the front, he's got a good chance, but it sure looks like somebody else is going to find this race more comfortable to close than it is to be on the lead.
Yeah, the 5 does. 5 has a really nice C-zone. All of them show some kind of C-zone, but that 5 is way over that 50% threshold.
What's interesting about the 5, he's a no horse. Hasn't come close to par, not within 5 points. But does look like everybody's got a good chance to do it today, Terry. Another race where there's a standout jockey-trainer combination.
Yeah, the 2 has the best jockey, the 4 the best trainer, but I think the 2 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
Yeah, so 2's also your simulation favorite, although the 4 horse does have the biggest in-race edge of about a length and a nose at the end, and about a length and a little bit more than a nose, a length and a quarter top total pace. So, Terry, who's going to take home the prize in race number 4?
I like the 2. Captain Weiner ran 2nd or 3rd in her last race as a favorite and switches to high percentage winning trainer with 22% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. And it's paired with a leading jockey. Boutwell time, the 1. The rail post is winning at a 20% clip, drops in class today, has a trainer who wins 18% of the sprint races. Butter Kisses, 4. My 3rd choice ran 2nd versus 7 on the last race and gets a leading trainer and jockey. And then my 3 horses, my long shot, Sweet Distraction. Won last race at Parx Racing, highest last race speed rating and high percent winning trainer. I'm going to bet the 2nd pick 4 Miami Vice. I'm going to bet 1, 2, 3, 4 with the 1, 4, 5, 7 with the 3, 4, with the 3, 5, 6 with the 4, 9, $48 ticket.
Captain Weiner, top pick for me. I tried to find one where I can really go 2 horses in my pick 4. I really couldn't. Captain Weiner is your simulation favorite. Simulation says, not the simulation, the resume says that the 3rd start after layoff is likely to be the best of the cycle. It does have 2 maintenance workouts in between. Give it the best chance to improve. Number 4, Everything Butter Kisses, Terry. Tough race in the last. Move inside should help. Gonna be rolling late. I think the internet might have disconnected. Number 6, Kate's Love. Could be on the lead by herself and does best when she's forward And then finally, number 3, Angel Mesa, boom or bust in the second start after a layoff. Was better from the middle out last time, but that second up record is really not the prettiest. My pick 4, as I pointed out, it's going to be the Noah +1, 246, 147, 356, 489 for $40.50. 10 races today, Terry, at Parx. 5th race ends the first half of the card. They're going to end it at 6 furlongs for race number 5. Again, I mentioned this is one of the most common distances today. They're going to do it 3 times. And then as we take a look at 6 furlongs, you do see early speed does great, especially with a 1, 2, or 3 on its side in race number 6. Terry, 5, do we finally get some inside speed?
Yeah, the 1 has the most speed, followed up by that 4 and then the 7.
Yeah, again, another one of those races, Terry, where a whole lot of horses could get to the front in there. You see, there's a little bit of a gap down from the 5 to the 7 in the early pace. So I would imagine the 1, the 4, to 7, your pace setter likely to come out of that group. Looking at the race shape, most of these horses want to be middle back. So that 7 could be a little bit left arrow action. With all of this speed, Terry, is anybody looking like they're going to get the best of it trip-wise?
Well, they all have C-zone numbers except for the 6, but that 3 and that 2 and the 5 all are way above that 50% threshold, so they're all going to be pretty comfortable in this race.
Yeah, and it looks like most of them want to be middle back, so maybe that's a place to be. Only 2 horses so far have hit par, the 4 and the 6 in this spot. And again, Terry, it's another one of those races where if you like jockeys and trainers, there's only one pick.
That's right. That 4 has the best jockey, trainer, and combination.
A couple of class droppers in here. Many horses showing improvement last time out. 7 is your simulation favorite, but look at this, Terry. All of these horses, the 2, the 7, the 3, the 4, the 5, they're all from 4-1 to 6-1. So really no favorite in this race. Top total pace in there. You see a very tight group as well, only 8 points from top to bottom, so that's a length and a half. Is race 5 an all race? You think it's a single race? I think I all did in my pick 4.
Yeah, I know you did. So I like the 4, finished 3rd in the last race and has a top winning trainer and jockey. And then I like the 7, won last race, Parx Racing, highest last speed rating, is trained and ridden by a high percentage winning connections. And then Banjo, the 1, ran 2nd versus similar on the turf in the last race. Improved while returning to dirt and has a top winning trainer. And then this 5 is my long shot, finished 3rd in the last race. Early speed running style helps chances, so the shorter distance will be a plus, and it has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. That's it.
I have the 4-horse 2 Coelho, something or another. I have no idea how to pronounce that. They should give us the media book as well. Was better across the board, so all the pace numbers were fast. And then the best published workout between races. The horse could be ready to go today. Could prove to be a single. Number 1, Banjo, as consistent as they come, should be forward. Number 7, Luchese, both wins at Parx in 5 races. No wins in 12 races anywhere else. I suppose you call that a horse for the course. Finally, number 5, that one is Chinese I Am. Just missed in its last race. Cuts back in distance, which could be helpful. No bets for me. Again, I just went with all in this leg for my opening pick 4. Second half of the card starts in race number 6. Just a reminder, free picks today over at Mahoning Valley. There's a link in the description over at Horse Racing Radar TV on YouTube. Take a look at that. Terry, just a reminder to make sure you don't miss Parx tomorrow, Churchill on Wednesday, along with our international horse preview, and then Del Mar picks on Thursday. What do you got to do?
Well, subscribe to our YouTube channel or anywhere else on our social sites. And on the YouTube channel, hit the bell. That'll notify you about all the programs coming up. Copy the link that's on the bottom of that first page, and that'll be sent to your friends, neighbors, and everything. If you do that, you need to do that so they can come and check us out. And then go to our social sites at Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, Blue Skies.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of them there. And so go there and give us a thumbs up and a like, and then keep these comments coming, and any picks that you might like to let us know about. We like to see them. Sometimes they help me out a lot. I use them in some of my bets. So there you go.
Yeah, I would definitely take a look at some of our other social sites. Soon we're going to have a lot of very useful information that'll be forthcoming on every single one of those. You sure Parx is racing tomorrow? It's not racing tomorrow?
Well, there was a form out for it, so I don't know.
Why, is there like bad weather or something coming? I'm not quite sure.
Why do you think that, Don? Why do you think it might not be racing?
Has it been canceled already? Let's see. Equibase. Now let's see entries. I hate when this does this. Cancellations. No, I don't see anything canceled for Parx tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Parx is racing tomorrow. There is a form for it, so it's on the schedule. We shall see, unless something else is unaware of. I'm unaware of it's happening. But I do know for today, for sure, it's 1 mile and 70 yards. They are racing Friday and Saturday. Yeah, I think they're racing. I think they'll probably take off Wednesday. Then is usually what they do when they do that. But anyhow, 1 mile and 70 yards. It does favor some early speed and stalkers, but still 30% nearly go wire to wire. The rail for modern era is the best place to be. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7 a small discount. So really, no deal makers or deal breakers in the 6th race, but it is a deal maker to get out front. It's another race that, Terry, it can get hot at the start.
Yeah, there's 4 of the horses that have real similar speed numbers, so you just don't know which one's going to get there first.
You see here the 4-horse. This is Loney. Everybody else kind of middle back. 4-horse should be a part of the early pace, but it looks like others might be just a touch quicker. If you're looking at horses that are going to get a pace that matches their best performances, there's 2 to choose from.
Yeah, the 5 and the 7 are above that 50% threshold we like to see, so they're going to be comfortable in this race.
We also see the 5 hits it with the trainer and the jockey.
Yep, and that's the best combination as far as I'm concerned.
Every single horse showed some improvement somewhere last out. The 3-horse, fully committed, 5 points. Last race speed figure edge does have about 1.5 lengths on the late speed edge. And if you take a look at this total pace, almost 3 lengths total pace edge over everybody else. I've seen this before. Unfortunately, many of those horses finished second. Terry, is the 3 going to finish second today?
Well, I think it's going to be the 6 that wins the race, Hay River. Ran second in the last race at Parx Racing, has a top trainer and likes today's distance. Preach It Warrior, the 5, finished third in the last race and has a high percentage winning trainer as well. Fully committed, the 3 that you referred to, won the last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 20% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse. And then the 1 Modern Era, Rail Post is winning at a 19% clip and has a high speed figure at today's distance. No additional bets for me here.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that fully committed horse, the 3-horse. That one does have that top last race speed figure, does have the biggest in-race edge at the end, does have that 15-point top total pace edge, so a lot of edges for the 3. Hopefully it's not one of those low odds second place finishes, which happens a lot at Parx, coincidentally or not. Preach It Warrior, much better against the from start to finish across the board in its last. Better fractions to boot. Should have more in the 3rd start after a layoff, and the best season. Then the 6-horse Hay River, another one of those horses that showed improvement from the beginning to the middle and the end of the race, and one of those horses that should be involved from gate to wire. So get a good trip, could finish this one off. And then 4-horse, the Pontiac, is the other horse that gets a yes, so it has hit par. The only other horse to do so was the 3. Could be a Loney if it gets the lead, which I think could be a difficult task for that. 10 to win on fully committed in that huge late pace and total pace edge. Race 7 begins the final pick 4 of this week, of this Monday, Terry. It's going to go back to 6 furlongs for race number 4. So let's find the 6 furlong profile of a winner. 6 furlongs, race 7. There we go. Early speed, 4 out of 10 on the lead all the way around the track. Again, the inside 3, particularly 2 and 3, are the best numbers to wear. And if you're looking for the best one out of the gate, Terry, well, nowhere near the inside.
Nope, the 2 outside horses, the 8 and the 9, and they're pretty close in their data numbers there.
Yes, indeed. The 3 horses have hit par in here. You got the 4, the 3, the 4, and the 9, meaning they have hit speed figures of 81 or more in the past. Terry, par plus, we do 1,000 simulations where we spit out potential speed figures, and this shows how often they hit that 81 or better. And it looks like really none of them had a great chance, but some of the okay shot.
Yeah, there's right. All of them but that one show that they have a good chance today, but not a fantastic one, but a good chance.
So with that speed over there, we see the 8 is a little bit of a left arrow horse. The 9 is an EP, doesn't necessarily need the lead. The 7's the one that's going to want the lead, Terry. Based upon how this race looks, Terry, most of the horses middle forward, maybe a closer. Anybody in here that might come from the middle back with a good C-zone?
Well, that 5 has a really good C-zone, 86.17%, followed up by that 3 horse, the Rabbit.
Another race where really no great favorite in the simulation odds, but we do have pretty strong jockey trainer combination and a couple horses.
Yeah, the 4 actually has a little bit better jockey as far as data goes, but that 3 has a good jockey and trainer. I think that's the best combination, that 3.
Yes, you have the 8, 9, 3, and 6 over here, and over here you have the 7, 8, and 1 and 9. So the 8 and the 9, the only 2 crossing lists. Terry, who makes your list to start the late pick 4?
Well, I like the 4 Musical Heart, placed in 4 of the last 6 starts, including 2 wins, trained by a trainer with a 31% win rate after a horse has a long layoff, owns the top speed among today's runners, and his team with successful connections. And then Full Irish, the 9, ran second versus similar in the last race, has the highest speed figure today's distance. Hot Rod Rumble, the 8, finished in the money in 3 out of 4 starts, and has a high percentage winning trainer. Rabbit, the 3, likes Parx Racing, been in the money 43% of the time, winning 13% of the starts, and today's distance, he's been in the money 57% of the time, winning 29% of the starts. I'm going to play a 50 cent, or the last 50 cent, Don Johnson Miami Advice pick 4. I'm going to use the 1, 3, 4, 8, 9 with the 1, 5, with the 7, 8, and finish up with the 2, 3, 7, 10, 11, $50 ticket.
Yeah, I get the 9 horse Full Irish. That one is my winner here. That one is a yes horse, should be close to the lead, has the most late speed, so might be one of those horses that can't pass, but you can't catch. Musical Heart, it's a yes horse as well. In the money, 7 out of 9 races at the distance, and 4 of them a trip to the winner's circle. Number 8, Hot Rod Rumble, 3rd start after a layoff. The resume says a bounce back race, coming after a little step back last time out. And then Rabbit, the last of the yes horses, but the first up record is a touch questionable. 3, 4, 8, 9 with the 1, 3, with the 4, 6, 7, and 8, the 7, 10, and 11 for my $48 pick 4. Hopefully, a winner for Stuart and everybody else who plays pick 4s. They're always kind of tough. It's like you get 3 legs right almost all the time, and then just that one leg that screws you up. And it's usually a horse you were looking at, but didn't put into your picks. Probably got time for race number 8, Terry, before we head off to race number 2. So in the 8th spot, looks like this might be Terry's best bet. They're going to go a mile. Be the second time today that they run 1 mile. Let me find that 1 mile marker. Again, it's 1 trip around the track. That absolutely favors horses with some early speed. The rail gets a discount. 2 and 3 are fair. 4 through 7, really the best place to be. So in race number 8, Terry, any speed in the middle?
Well, yeah, that 4 has got plenty of speed, according to the data, followed up by the 2.
Yeah, again, another race where everybody, pretty much all of them, all 6 with some chance to get to the lead. Could be pretty hot. You see here, a little bit heavily favored towards middle to the front. It looks like, Terry, no horse really in here is going to get a race that absolutely fits its best performances.
No, they're all under that 50% threshold, so they all have something, but not as far as we like to see it.
All of them have hit par or come within 2 points. Looks like the 1 horse with a great chance to do it again, 50-50. Does also have a top last race speed figure of 8 points. But the best jockey and trainer goes somewhere else, Terry.
Yeah, it goes to that 5 horse. Got the best jockey trainer combination.
5 also your top total pace horse. The 1 is your simulation favorite, Terry. Who is your best bet here of the day?
Well, I like in this race the one horse, Hooten. Finished third versus Tougher in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 23% of the claiming races as a horse running in, and switches a high percentage winning jockey. Tuscany Airman, the 5 second choice, drops in class today. Trainer and jockey have high win rates and has a good workout on October 16th. Margin of error, the 3 is my third choice, highest speed rating at today's distance. Best third speed is fast among today's starters, and a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Concealed Carry, the 4, drops in class today and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. My long shot, I'm going to bet 20 to win on number 1. A $10 exacta box 1-5, a $10 exacta 1 on top with the 3-4-5, and a $5 exacta box 1-3-5. That's it.
I have Holton at the top of my picks too. Could be a curse for you, Mr. Terry. Top last race speed figure, 8 points. Big Sim favorite by far. Best par plus, and maybe a track dropper to boot. Number 3, Margin of Error, did run some better fractions last out. Solid first up with decent workouts. Number 5, Tuskegee Airmen. Michael Sanchez, Jamie Ness, can't overlook that, especially for the top total pace horse. And then finally, Concealed Carry could be the loney, has a good chance to be the pace setter. No bets for me. Let's rewind back to race number 2 because they're about to run race number 2, Terry. And let's see what is cooking here in race number 2. Let me pop open the right screen. They're almost all loaded in there. The 2-horse Wiffle Ball. That is your 4-5 favorite at the moment, down from 3-1. The 6-horse is your second choice at 3-1. Then the next choice after that is the 5-horse Friday Surprise. That one is 5-1. The 3-horse Reelin' and Dealin', 6-1, and then 10-1 on Lex, and 15-1 on the 4, Captain Fancy. They're all just about loaded. Waiting for Jessica Paquette to tell us they're off. And then we'll see what happens in the beginning of the first Big 4. 2-horse drop to 3-5. If it gets off to a good start, it'll be 1-5 by the time they hit the half-mile marker, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're off and running. The 2-horse right now on the lead. The 3-horse got a really tough break. He's going to have a lot of work to do if that's the one that you backed. The 1-horse right now, Lex trying to burn out the 2-horse. Those two have gone to the front. The 4-horse, the longest shot on the board, sitting in a good stalking position in third. The 1 and the 2 continue to lead as the 6 has moved into contention. The 5 decided they're going a little too slow for his liking, so he's going 3 wide to get involved in the mix. The 2 and the 1 are your continued front runners. The 2 has moved its nose in front of the 1, so you got to suspect that it should stay in that order. Right now, the 4-horse, Captain Fancy, after kind of having a weird move there, is trying to rally a little bit down on the rail. 2-horse trying to get himself straightened out. Nobody making up a lot of ground except maybe the 6 and the 5. The 2-horse does look like he's shortening up his strides a little bit as the 1 battles back into the race here. They're heading down the stretch. It looks to me like it's going to be the 2-1, and then everything else. 1-horse almost came back at a nice price there with Lex.
Yeah, that's my long shot.
All right, 2 races to go. Race number 8 and 9 for the late daily double. 9 and 10, right?
Right.
So race number 9, let's find out. Race number 9 is going to be, where is race number 9? 1 mile and 70 yards. The profile of a winner being, again, Stalkers. The rail is the best. Game Time Gladiator, 2 and 3 are fair for it. And now a small discount. In race number 9, Terry, as always, who's going to get the early pace?
Well, the 4 and the 7 are really, really close. So they could go head-to-head to that quarter pole if they both get a good break.
Yeah, the 7 is a PC type, so that one could be your little left arrow action. The 4 is lone E. Most of these horses have come close to par. Everybody else wants to close, Terry. So, again, another race where everybody's going to get like a mid-type outing.
Yeah, they all have some pretty decent C-zone numbers. None of them are above 50%, but some of them are kind of close to that. So they'll all be pretty comfortable.
Yeah, everybody either moving up a class or holding steady. See here, the 8-horse did show some better early pace and better fractions. That's usually a pretty good sign, Terry. Usually a good sign to get a good jockey-trainer combination, and looks like a little bit of a variety for once in that regard.
Yeah, 6 has the best jockey. 2 has the best trainer, but I think the 6 is the best jockey-trainer combination in this race.
Cha-ching is a 3-point last race speed figure edge with that pace right there. So maybe that's enough to get the job done. You got the 4, 6, 7, and 5 over here. Pretty good favorite out of the 4. 2, 8, 4, and 6. So all the even number horses on the top total pace. To start the daily double, Terry, which way would you look?
Well, as you can see there, I like the 8 Cha-ching. Finished in the money in the last 4 races, winning 3 starts. So very competitive horse. This horse really loves to win, has the highest last speed rating, and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then number 7, Have You Heard, won last race at Aqueduct and likes today's distance. Call Me Fast. The 6 is a third choice classic drop today, has a top speed in the last race, has a winning jockey and trainer, and a good workout on October 15th. Mad Banker, the 4, is my long shot. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and a bullet workout on October 7th. No bets for me as I'm out of money.
Cha-ching. That one should be out front, perhaps, Terry, as the horse with a lot of early speed, top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. Big win in the last race. 1, 3 of 5 at that distance, and no wins in 19 other. So that's a horse for the mile in 70 yard course. Have You Heard is a track dropper. Off since May, but does have some good workouts getting prepped. The 4-horse, Mad Banker, highly consistent performer. Decent workouts for the first race since August. And then finally, Call Me Fast. There you got Sanchez and Ness again, second at Parx after coming in from Saratoga. 50-cent trifecta box, 4, 6, 7, and 8 for me. Final race of the day today. I am pretty sure, tomorrow we'll do Parx again. Gary, just a real quick reminder, if you want to watch Parx tomorrow, you want to watch Churchill on Wednesday, as well as our International Horse Breeders' Cup preview. And then Del Mar on Thursday as we get completely prepped for this week's Breeders' Cup. How do you do that?
Well, subscribe to our YouTube channel and any of our other social sites, because we have a lot of great programs coming up this week. The one on Wednesday I'm really looking forward to, as they're going to talk about the international horses that are going to run in the Breeders' Cup races. But anyway, and then hit that bell. That'll notify you about these programs so you can have a chance to take a look at them. And go ahead and get the copy of the link and share it with everybody you know so that they can come and check us out. Go to our social sites and give us a thumbs up and a like. And then keep these comments and things coming as you folks are doing today, as we like to see them.
So we got a maiden claiming for $16,000. Again, that speed figure of 71, something to pay very much close attention to in the smart sheets to see who has hit 71, Terry. And so far, only one has hit 71.
Yeah, that's right. You can see there that the 7's the only one that's got there. And although the 2, 3, and 4 and the 11 have came within 1 to 5 points of doing that in the past.
Mm-hmm. You see here that it's also got a good chance to do it again. So can do this today as your simulation favorite. If they're going to run wire to wire, Terry, it looks like, again, a lot of them are going to compete for the lead early on.
Yeah, to me, this is kind of an anyone's race to get to that front and run wire to wire. So,
interestingly, horses are either moving up or down in class. Nobody's really staying put in there, Terry. A lot of choices here, a lot of green in the jockey-trainer combinations. It's kind of a tough call on which one's the best.
Let's see. It would be the 1 would be the best jockey, 8 would be the best trainer, and the 8 would be the best jockey-trainer combination.
So Supersonic Betty. I think Supersonic Betty, though, was out in this race, yes. So she don't count, Terry. That was one I was looking at. Scratch kind of late in there. Does look like a clear-cut C-zone favorite, though.
Yeah, the 10 has the best, and then followed up by that 3.
Yeah, so they can get some good races. 10 wants to be out front. May not get there, though, but especially on the outside. Can do this along with that heavy simulation favorite. 8-point last race speed figure edge, also a 1.5 length, or almost 1.5 length, top total pace edge. Who's taking home their first win in the nightcap?
Well, I like the 10, Got Misty on the Mind, finished the money in both career starts, finished second in her last race. Jockey has a strong win rate. And then I like the 7 as my second choice, drops in class today. Was the beaten favorite last time, but has a trainer wins 25% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. And then shows the fastest dirt speed in the field and gets a top jockey. The 11 is my third choice, drops in class today. Trainer wins 23% of the races with class drops, and a jockey has a strong win rate. And then the 3 is my long shot, Purple Lulu. Drops in class today. Winner wins 23% of the claiming races. A horse he trains, runs in, and the jockey has a strong win rate. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
Lauren_Shap at X. How many do you compiled today? We don't want to see you go away, Private Ross. Do your show after ours. We can send some people over there. We would greatly appreciate that. My source for the 2-horse is pretty simple. The smart sheets in race number 2. If you go back to race number 2, right there, look at that. It's a simulation favorite, top total pace of 1.5 lengths. Pretty easy call, in my opinion. Look at that par plus, 61% chance to get the par, and it did. So I didn't really have that. That was my source. We're pretty, how would you say, transparent about what we do, right, Terry?
Yeah, that's right.
And all of our records, everything is out there to be seen. We don't go back and try to pretend something happened that didn't happen. We're probably the most transparent horse racing people on the internet. Can do this. The 7 is my top choice. And here, Terry, it is the only yes horse in a maiden race. And I cannot tell you how many of those horses win. Big time simulation favorite, top total pace of a length and more. Number 10, Got Misty on the Mind. Maybe the most upside in just the third career start. Very strong C-zone if she can get to the lead, and a good chance for that. Grooney Hall, strong class drop in here, Terry. Maybe some problems with the shoe repair last out. And then finally, number 3, Purple Lulu. Another one that's on a decent-sized class drop. Another one with a decent-sized C-zone. I'm going to do a trifecta 7, 10, 11 over the 3, 4, 7, 10, 11 over the 3, 4, 7, 10, 11. And then a $4 exact, the key box 7 with the 3, 4, 10, and 11 to close out my Benny and the bets today. Again, free picks today over at Mahoning Valley, guaranteed tip sheets. Make sure you use the link in the description. We would greatly appreciate that. Also note that I would say hopefully by Wednesday, we'll have the wagering guide as well as the smart sheets available over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Please use this link right there on horseracingtoday.net to go get those smart sheets and the wagering guide and the picks so they know that you came from us. Just a few minutes, we'll post our thoughts, our Benny and the bets right here. Click on that. There'll be a race replay as well. Hit that HRT gear button. Get yourself a hat, a T-shirt, a hat like Terry's sporting. We greatly appreciate that support, and I promise you, you'll look great, and you'll have something that nobody else has. And, of course, our smart sheets, our source, Private Ross, is available in the link in the description on YouTube. We also link to it within our recap on horseracingtoday.net with the explanations. Our full picks for today's card, Terry, they look like this. Almost forgot, Don Johnson. Look like that. Right now in race number 1, I think the 2-horse one, and then the 2-horse one, race number 2. So just play the 2s all the way down, folks. That'll be the winner circle. Our bets for the race of the day look like this. Race number 3, 10 to win on the 2. So I'm hoping they go down the link like that. Race number 4, we do have another pick 4. Race 5, nothing. Race 6, 10 to win on the 3. Race 7, another pick 4. Race 8, Terry's best bet of the day. Race number 9, a trifecta box. Race number 10, a trifecta as well as an exacta key box. That wraps it up for today, Terry. Any final thoughts from you before we head over to Parx again tomorrow?
Well, yeah, I'm hoping that Private Ross 99 still comes and visits us because I'm sad to see that he might leave. But whatever he's going to do, I hope it works out really well for him. And also thank everybody for coming to our show. And I'm really looking forward to the Breeders' Cup this year. I think it's going to be a very, very good one. They have some really nice horses running. So other than that, we'll see you tomorrow.
The Breeders' Cup winding up the official beginning of the holiday season, in my opinion. Well, no matter what you're doing, if you're starting a new endeavor like Private Ross, just trying to make ends meet today, like most of us, trying to chase a dream, we certainly hope it is filled with God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do ends up in the
winner's circle.
Yes, have a blessed Money Monday. We'll see you tomorrow for terrific, very